Hi, I'm Rob Shaver, and this is Spark to Flame, where I bring you ideas, insights, and inspiration for better marriages. Today I'm going to talk about the COVID-19 vaccination, the power of path, and switch by Chip and Dan Heath. As a bonus, we're going to get into how all of these ideas can help you deal with those coupons that you either get or give to your spouse or get from your children. All right, so last week I got the COVID-19 vaccine, and it's something that I never thought I would talk about publicly. I wasn't against the vaccine, but I wasn't necessarily for it. In the idea of I don't ever get the flu shot, and I personally just did not really feel the overt need for me to go out and get vaccinated. And some of that was lazy. I thought if everybody else is getting vaccinated, or if everybody else has already gotten COVID, then I should be okay, right? Like, I won't be affected, and that's selfish. But then also, I won't affect other people because, hey, you got the vaccine or you had it, so I can't get you sick. All right, so disregard if you agree with that line of logic or not. That is not the main point of what I want to share with you. What I did share with my wife was the fact that what I did not want to deal with was the hassle, because I had heard people talk about having to wait in long lines or be in long lines on the internet to make appointments. I had disregarded in my brain people talking about how easy it was and how quick it was for them. So I just told my wife, here's the deal. I'll get vaccinated if you do all the legwork for me. If you set up the appointment and make the appointment and drive me there and drop me off or whatever. Like, if you can make it all happen so I don't have to worry about anything, I don't have to do any extra work, I can just show up, get the shot, and walk away, fine, I'll do it. And so last week at some point, I walk into my bedroom and my wife says, hey, what are the last four digits of your social? Which I quickly complied because I had no reason not to trust her with those numbers. And shortly after, she said, okay, you're all set. You've got an appointment on Friday at 10 in the morning at Rite Aid, and you're going to get your COVID shot. Now, I am not going to lie to you. I put up some resistance. We argued about it a little bit, and she said, you told me if I set it up, you'd go and do it. So at the end of the day, I am a man of my word, and I told her that. I said, that's fine. Like, I said I would do that, and I'm going to do that. Now, what happened there, though, what enabled me to do it was a couple of things. First, she created a path which made that decision a very easy decision for me to make. Now, I could have still resisted. I could have said, I know I said I would do that, but I've changed my mind. But essentially, I said, here's the path that would need to exist for me to do the thing you want me to do. She made the path exist. And that is a huge thing. So I had mentioned a book called Switch by Chip and Dan Heath. And in that, they talk about what motivates us to action. And essentially, there are three characteristics. There's three elements of this motivation. And the way they illustrate it is with an elephant on a path. Okay? There's the elephant on the path, and on top of the elephant is a rider. And they describe it these three ways. The rider represents your logic, right? The logical self that goes into making decisions. Is this good? Is this bad? Is this right or this wrong? The elephant represents your emotional self. How does this make me feel? And so at any given time, the rider has the illusion, and many times is in fact directing the elephant where to go. But your emotions will almost always trump your logic. Even for the most logical of us, if you get scared and fear is involved, or excitement, or a great amount of pleasure, and you just feel like that's the better way to go, you're going to trump your logic, and you're going to act according to your feelings. The third part of it is the path. So logically, you're going to be motivating yourself and directing yourself along the path that is before you. If the path cuts to the right and to the left is woods and brambles and thorns, you're not going to steer into the woods. Now you might, like if your elephant sees a mouse and gets scared, it might turn into a dangerous situation. But for the most part, the other thing that's going to help direct our decision-making process is the path that we are on. And so if you want to create a decision for yourself, you can look ahead and create a path that you are more likely to follow. So whether it's that you want to work out more or eat better, along those types of lines, if you can create the path that's going to lead to sustainably making it easy to work out more, you're going to be more likely to do that. Okay, so looking at those three things, that's essentially my wife keyed in on those things. She created the path that I needed, and didn't. She argued with the logical self of me, but won the emotional self, where it came down to, look, if you do this, that will make me happy. Okay, so any arguments you can make about vaccines, any ideas that you might have about yourself or health or masks or whatever, skip all of that. Don't worry about any of that. If it's just between me and you, do you want your wife to be happy? Now, some could see that as being manipulative, but it's not. It's just using a logical but emotional argument to get me to do what she wanted to do, which is not a terrible thing, right? But that's how that works. And we see this played out. And in the book, they share a couple of things. And I think even I've seen it on an episode of Brain Games before. You go to the movies, and they've got the small popcorn. The movie theater does not want you to buy a small popcorn, so they create a path for you to buy the large popcorn. They do that by presenting the small popcorn in a smaller container and charging you $8. The large popcorn is 3 times the size of the small popcorn and only $1 more. And so your brain, every single time, or most time, for most people, not everybody, is going to see that path and say, why not just get the large popcorn? That's what they want you to do. They want you to buy more and eat more, because you buy more popcorn, you're going to want a soda, you're going to want some other stuff, you're going to want something sweet, and so that is their goal. They want to sell more popcorn. They're giving you a path to eat more and buy more. All right, so we can see how all of those things work together. How can you apply this to your own life? Well, a lot of times we get into little squabbles or disagreements with our spouses, or there's little things that we want to do. So just kind of understanding how we work with behavior and emotions and all that can be really key. So if there's something that you're wanting for your spouse to do, and this is again not to try to be manipulative, but to be helpful to them, one way that you can help them is by creating a path. Now that's where I get into this bonus material about coupons, right? Because how many of you have some coupon that your kid gave you for a holiday, or even that your spouse gave you, a gift card or a gift certificate? I've got one back in my closet someplace for, I don't even know if it exists anymore, an indoor golf place around here for 1 free round of indoor golf. I got it about 7 years ago, maybe more, and I never used it. Well, why didn't I ever use it? Essentially, I didn't have a path, right? So I had the coupon, but I didn't have anybody to go with. I didn't have a time. I didn't have a date. All of those things were up to me to do that work. Now, certainly, there's gift cards that I have that I'm excited about and motivated for, and I go right out and use them. But sometimes we just don't have a path. Like, I have a card that is for a free hug from my daughter, and I haven't used that. It's not that I don't want a hug from my daughter, but it's just that I can just give her a hug, So having the path of actually using the coupon to get the thing is where there's the disconnect. And so this is what I'm going to encourage you to do. If you have an opportunity, if you're looking forward to a birthday or Father's Day is coming up soon, don't just give a coupon and make the path, right? So if it's a free round of golf that you want to give Dad, give him the card that says this is good for a free round of golf, but then set it up. When's the next Saturday or Sunday afternoon that he's free? All right, it's this date. Okay, who might Dad want to go golfing with? Let's contact that person. And so then you're giving them the thing. Here's the money, or here's the card for the golf course where you can go and play for free. But we set this up for next Sunday, the 19th, to go with Joe. right? And so now you've got the gift and you've got the path. Now you can also use this and do this retroactively. What are the coupons or gift cards that you've received? Oh, here, honey, I got you this gift card to the Gap. I remember one time I got my wife a gift card to the Gap, and it was like 3 years before she used it. And so I learned from that experience, and then in ensuing holidays, got her things and created the path, right? So a couple years ago, I got her tickets to Pride and Prejudice play and created a path. So I got her the tickets, which, I mean, they were on a specific day, but freed up the day, made sure, hey, I'm going to watch the kids. Found a couple of ladies, because it was like 4 tickets that could go with her, or she also had the opportunity to invite some people, and made that happen. Here's the day, here's the afternoon, you've got no responsibility, here's your tickets, go and have fun. Or for shopping, I've done the same thing, because she will not just leave our family and go shopping on her own. I need to create that path. Here's the gift card that you can use at the store that you like. That's right here. But since you probably won't just go shopping, here's the afternoon, and here's a person that you like to shop with, and it's all set up. So next Thursday, when the kids go home from school, I will be home. I will be watching the kids, from 3 p.m. till they go to bed, and you've got all that time to just here's your go out, get some dinner, have fun, shop, relax, whatever. That is your present. That is your coupon with a path. And so just a couple of things, a way that we can get our spouses to do what we want them to do, not in a manipulative way, but in just helping each other to live out goals, dreams, whatever it might be, and not be nagging, right? Because it's much better to create the path and say, did you do this? Did you do this? Did you get this done? What about this? Did you take care of this? Right? It's much easier to create a path for our spouse. So that's one thing. Another way is we can use the path and the power of the path to bless our spouses, right? So instead of just giving them something like a coupon or a gift card, actually create the path for them to use it and to get the most out of it. So they're not opening up that drawer or opening up the, looking through their whatever and finding that old gift card that they never got to use. Instead, they're feeling the joy of having gotten to use it because you went above and beyond and didn't just give them the thing, but you created the path. So that's today's spark. May it turn to flames.